On Mountain News this morning, we'll show you the progress at a higher ground housing project in eastern Kentucky. And it's that time again for folks to receive a special piece of mail. That's your property tax bill.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. Happy Thursday to you, Mountain family. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this October 9th. We're sitting at 6:30 this morning, and Eric Dean has a look at your forecast too. So that's good news for us. No snow on the way, I hope, Eric.
No,
none. Good.
None. Make sure the graphics don't say anything. My child was playing with some stuff back there and putting snow icons and everything. I got on to him over that. All right. Right now we have a little bit of patchy fog out there. Take a look here at the scene from the WYMT studios. You can see a little bit of fog out there at this hour. Temperatures right now are in the 40s. Current visibility, you can see it's very, very low towards the Harlan area, Middlesboro area, even across portions of Perry County. So again, if you have plans this morning, just use your low beams and allow yourself extra time to get to your destination. In terms of temperature change, we are 22 degrees cooler than this time yesterday in Hazard, 20 degrees cooler in Williamsburg, 13 degrees cooler in Somerset, 19 degrees cooler in Pikeville. There's a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar. You can see all is quiet throughout eastern Kentucky, and this is going to get a nice little break as we go into the next several days as high pressure is in control. As we go ahead and help you plan your day right now, a chilly start, 40s and 50s. We'll go to the mid-60s for today. I'll have your complete first alert forecast coming up in a few minutes, but right now it is 6:31. We'll toss it back to Amelia.
Thanks, Eric. We now know the names of the two people who were killed in a head-on crash on the Mountain Parkway. That crash happened Tuesday on the Wolfe County section of the Parkway. 56-year-old Robin Burchett of Paintsville was pronounced dead at the scene by the Wolfe County coroner. 27-year-old Caitlin Harmon of Salyersville was also pronounced dead at the scene. Another adult and two children were hurt, some critically. There was also a deadly crash near the Morgan and Rowan County line on Kentucky 519. Police received that call just before noon Tuesday. 68-year-old Donnie Smith of West Liberty was on the road when he crossed the center line and hit several construction barrels before hitting a parked construction truck. Smith was pronounced dead by the Rowan County coroner. We are reporting a deadly crash yesterday afternoon in Pulaski County. That happened on Kentucky 80 at the 1003 intersection in Shopville. 3 vehicles were involved. 82-year-old Walter McGuire of Somerset was killed. No other injuries were reported. A Pike County man was arrested after he was accused of assaulting 3 nurses. Police received a call about that incident last Saturday. Once they arrived at the Pikeville Medical Center's emergency room, staffers and security told police that Delbert Miller had assaulted the nurses and even fought with security. Police later discovered the nurses had visible marks from being assaulted. A Johnson County man faces charges after police say they found drugs on him. It happened last week when Paintsville police received a call about James Daniel Oram being passed out behind the wheel at a McDonald's parking lot. After showing signs of not being able to control himself, police arrested Oram. Officers later found a substance believed to be meth, which weighed out to be nearly 45 grams. He was taken to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. A heavily used bridge is shut down until further notice. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet says the Route 321 bridge near Haker Hill in Johnson County is closed. Andrew Colgrove has more about why traffic is not being allowed across.
Yeah, close to 5,000 vehicles cross this bridge every day, but those drivers are forced to take alternate routes as this bridge is closed until further notice. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet announced Tuesday this bridge on Route 321 near the Route 1107 intersection close to Paintsville would be closing. They say a recent inspection revealed concerns with its substructure, and the call was made to close the bridge to all traffic out of an abundance of caution. Engineers will be assessing the situation and determining necessary repairs. Beulah Webb from Lovely, Kentucky, on her way to pick up groceries, was among the drivers forced to turn around when she saw the barricade.
I'm on my way to Paintsville to pick up my groceries, and you have a time limit to pick them up. So at this point, I'm trying to figure out how to find a shortcut to get there.
And at this point, there is no word from the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet on how long it might be before this route is open again. Andrew Colgrove, WSAZ, Johnson County.
The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet says they'll provide updates as more information becomes available. Well, it is that time of year again in Perry County. Property tax bills have been mailed out and collections are underway. The sheriff's office says even if your bill hasn't come in the mail yet, they can look it up for you. Payments can be made online, by mail, or at their new location with 2 drive-through lanes and handicap access. The office operates on a 4% commission, with the rest of the money going to local services like schools, libraries, and health departments.
If you pay your property tax bill in October, you get a 2% discount. Face value for the month of December, and as you go into January, you get a 5% penalty, and then after January, it kicks into a 21% penalty. So the system's set up to reward you to pay them earlier.
Sheriff Ingalls says taxes are due by April 15th. After that, they're turned over to the clerk's office as delinquent. The Housing Development Alliance continues to help flood survivors throughout the mountains as they work to build high ground housing. I have an update on the Skyview Housing Project and what comes next for folks looking for their forever home.
If you come back in a few months, you won't, instead of counting houses by 1s and 2s, you'll be counting them by 10s.
Building continues at the Skyview housing site in Perry County. Housing Development Alliance Executive Director Scott McReynolds says the state awarded 50 units to 3 different nonprofits, with HDA now building 32 of them.
This is a flood recovery project, and it gives priority to folks who were significantly impacted by the flood.
Most folks know someone who was hit hard by the flood in July 2022 or the flood in February this year, making the process of creating these homes even more impactful for those building them.
This is a big impact. It feels good to be part of something because these people have had a lot of emotional stress, overcome a lot.
McReynolds says nearly $300 million of funding appropriated for flood relief by Congress is being used for some of the homes.
It just takes a long time to develop property and to build roads and water and get power and build water tanks and everything. It just takes a long time. But I think everybody's really excited that we're finally going to see a lot of progress.
HDA plans to build at least 100 homes on the site, with more popping up in the months to come. And if you are interested in high ground housing throughout the mountains, you can fill out an interest form online at housingcan'twait.org. The University of Kentucky held its Fall College of Communication and Information Internship and Career Fair on Wednesday. Professionally dressed students had the opportunity to chat with local businesses and companies about internship and career opportunities. It's something that UK does every semester, and it gives students a chance to build their confidence when it comes to interviewing for future job opportunities.
And so I think it's just a really nice word of mouth to, instead of just send your resume off into the internet, actually have a person and kind of build that confidence.
Whenever people ask oh, do you feel like you're ready for after college? I think I am, because I've been given so many opportunities here.
Some students were able to secure their internships yesterday, while others got full or part-time jobs. The Breathitt County Superintendent says school administrators have gotten proper training after one school hosted a religious assembly. On September 16th, Breathitt Elementary School in Jackson hosted that assembly. The Christian boy band Three Heath Brothers performed for all students. That band also passed out devotional pamphlets. Parents reportedly received no notice about the religious assembly, and at least one complained. The Freedom from Religion Foundation sent a letter to the school saying that it violated the children's constitutional rights and parents' First Amendment rights. The school took action quickly, getting administrators trained. In West Virginia, the Cable County Board of Education met to focus on construction and safety. The board approved additional funding for construction at the site of the new Ona Elementary School. The board also approved the installation of 6 new cameras to be added to Huntington High School to improve their current security system. And another school is getting a new emergency alert system to better ensure student safety.
And thank our public here in Cabell County. They certainly support our school district, they support our schools, and having a new ONA, as I mentioned earlier, it was built, the original building was built in the late 30s,
and it's been added onto several times since then. It's not ADA compliant because it's so old, you know, we're grandfathered in. However, a new facility would be able to meet the needs of the community.
All of these plans were approved unanimously by the board. A major project in Putnam County, West Virginia is on the horizon. The County Board of Education hosted a special meeting last night on the current progress of the new Hurricane Middle School project. Different options that are being considered with the new middle school include making the school 1 or 2 stories. The board weighing the pros and cons of both options, saying a 2-story building would provide more parking lot space but require elevator maintenance.
The traffic study is being done. That way it gives us, the designers, the architect, an idea of what we need to have in place to hopefully make the situation better than it is now, let alone adding 2 schools beside of each other. We want to maintain a traffic flow, have a parent lane specifically for parents, the possibilities there for an additional outlet. So that's being done before as part of the design phase. It's being done at this time.
That traffic survey is to be completed by December 1st. There's no set date for it to start for that construction of the new Hurricane Middle School, but Putnam County Schools does hope it to be open by the fall of 2028.
Now we're seeing a little bit of patchy fog at this hour, especially over towards the Harlan area, Middlesboro, even central and southern portions of Perry County, seeing some reduced visibility. So if you have travel plans this morning, make sure you allow yourself extra time to get from point A to point B. In terms of the temperature change over the past 24 hours, look at this, 20 degrees cooler than this time yesterday in Hazard, 17 degrees cooler in Jackson, 13 degrees cooler in Somerset, 18 degrees cooler in Williamsburg. Live pinpoint Doppler radar. All is quiet right now. And again, in terms of temperature, right now we are in the 40s, even low 50s. Look at this. Somerset's at 52. We're at 47 in Jackson, 44 in Prestonsburg, 45 in Pikeville. As you get the kiddos out to the bus stop, make sure that you have a light jacket or a sweater with them, as we'll start the day off with temperatures in the mid-40s. We'll make a run for the mid-60s as we go into the afternoon hours. I'll have your complete first alert forecast, plus go beyond the 7-day coming up in a few minutes. Amelia.
Thank you so much, Eric, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning at 6:42. Coming up, we'll show you a farm where drones and GPS are modernizing the process of apple picking.